Confidence TV. My name is Astrid and I'm founder and director of the Institute for Body Confidence Coaching, and I'm also the author of 2 books on body confidence. The first is called Body Confidence, and the second is my most recent book called Romancing Your Body, How to Fall Deeply, Wildly and Passionately in Love with Your Body and Your Life. And you are very welcome to a space really where I can answer some questions around body confidence issues, all types of body confidence issues. I've had a lot of emails come in and messages through Facebook and my website, and I felt it was really, really important to have a space where perhaps I could just give a little bit of help based on my own personal story, but also my experience and professional work as a body confidence coach. So, you know, I think if one of us has an issue, you can bet your life that so many other people have got the same issue or a similar issue. So I hope this helps. Anyway, I received this great email from a lady called Sally. She calls herself Sally B. That's not her real name, but we're using the name Sally for this purpose. And Sally writes, "Dear Astrid, I keep reading everywhere that we need to learn to love our bodies, but as much as I've tried, I just can't seem to do it. I don't love my body. It looks awful. When I look in the mirror, I just see a huge stomach and massive thighs. The only way I can ever love my body is if I lose weight and get rid of my stomach and thighs. This is ruining my life. Please help. Sally, 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 Sally." That, I could have been reading that could have been my own story. I used to look in the mirror and I absolutely could never, ever look at my body with any kind of love or compassion or kindness. And I really want to thank you for reaching out and actually sharing that, because one, it makes me remember where I was, but also I think so many of us have this problem when we're looking at our bodies and we think and we believe that if only we were thinner, then we would love our bodies. And one of the things that I would say to you straight out is, it's the wrong way around. It is absolutely the wrong way around. We have to learn to love our bodies, first and foremost. It's not about waiting until you've lost weight. And because what will happen is, and you probably found, do you say how old you are? No, you don't. You don't say how old you are, Sally, but I'm sure you found that, you know, when it doesn't work. Hating your body, looking at your body with, you know, disgust or hating any part of you, it doesn't work. Does it make you feel happy? Does it make you feel joyous? Does it make you feel like you want to go out in this world and shine your light brightly? I can bet the answer to all of those questions is no. How can it? So you're right, when you're reading in places that it's so important to love your body, yes, it is. And for me, it's one of the most fundamental things in our life. We're never shown how to love our bodies. We're not taught how to love our bodies. But body confidence and being at home in your own skin is the foundation. It is absolutely the foundation to living your best life. Why? Because when you are inhabiting, you're here, you're in your body, you're in your skin, you're kind to yourself, we treat ourselves better. When we are in a poor relationship with our bodies or with ourselves in any way, we stand back from our lives. We will treat ourselves with neglect. We often won't do the things that we need to do for ourselves. We'll do it for other people, but we'll forget about the most important person, which is us, which is you. You're the most important person in your life, Sally. And so loving your body, as you're saying, you're looking in the mirror and you say, when I look in the mirror, I just see a huge stomach and massive thighs. Well, Sally, you're looking in the mirror with the wrong eyes. Your body doesn't need to change right now. And you're probably going, yes, it does. My body needs to change. Yes, this is silly. How can I possibly love my body and my stomach and my, as you say, your massive thighs? But it is the wrong way around, really, Sally. And I know this is probably, your mind is probably going, no, can't listen to this. And I did that for years. I could not listen to that. You know, because I kept believing that in order to love me, I had to get to some kind of a size and a shape that was lovable. But you know what? You're lovable already, but you're just not seeing it. You're not seeing it. And so one of the things that, you know, when I'm doing my workshops and when I'm doing my body confidence coaching, and this can be tough, it's learning to connect with who we really are again. It's learning to look at your body in a different way. And one of the great tips that I want to share with you is, when you look in the mirror at your body, the next time, would you just notice what your legs do for you? Would you just focus on that? Just start to focus on what your stomach does for you every day of your life. What your legs do for you. Your legs, your strong, beautiful legs, they carry you around. Your stomach digests your food. If you've had children, that's the place, right in your stomach, was where you housed your baby, where you kept your baby safe. In that area. It's about seeing yourself differently. It's about moving away from the body culture that has said you have to be a perfect size, whatever it might be, into saying I have to be the right size for me. Not somebody else's idea, but one of the most wonderful things is when you start to connect and you start to see your body in a very different way. In a way that says, oh my goodness, I am so grateful that I've got a body. You're alive. You're alive. You've got an amazing body. Your body gets you around. I imagine that you experience joy through your body. I imagine that, all of those things from, going out for a walk, to dancing, to snuggling up on the sofa on a winter's afternoon, watching TV, laughing with your friends, hugging the people that you love. Your body does this for you. This is where you live. This is where you live. And that's powerful, because when you start to really get that, and you start to look at your legs and your stomach, and instead of putting them down and hating them or telling them that they're wrong, remember that your body is listening to everything that you say. You start to say, goodness, I'm so blessed. Gosh, I went to the shops today, or I went to the cinema, or I went on holiday today, and I managed to walk around, and I sit down and I stand up. All of these wonderful things that we so often take for granted. And your body does that. At night when you're sleeping, your body works to keep you safe. This is powerful. And so when you start to really look at your body with new eyes, with eyes that start to see yourself with gratitude, something changes. Something changes in your relationship with you. And I'm not saying that this can happen overnight. It took me a long, long time to be able to look in the mirror and actually not even love at first, accept, be okay with what I saw. Because my mind was so super critical. And the interesting thing, Sally, is that I just want to share this story because I think it's really important. Many, many years ago, I lost a huge amount of weight. I lost it very quickly. And I remember, it was around 6.5 stone. And I remember going to a health farm at the time. And I wanted to get even more weight off. I wanted to lose another 10 pounds. And I remember at this health farm, I worked and worked and worked. I worked out, I ate barely nothing. I was tired, I was exhausted, but I was dropping weight. So remember, I'd already lost around 6.5 stone, and I wanted another 10 pounds off me. And I remember at the last day of my visit to this health farm, and I went to be weighed. And I was really nervous because I was like, oh my goodness, I hope I've lost the 10 pounds I wanted to lose. And I got on the scales, and I'd lost more than 10 pounds. I'd lost another 12 pounds. And I was, oh, that's fantastic, that's fantastic. I was as thin as I could get. My collarbones were sticking out, my hip bones were sticking out. I did feel exhausted, but I was really happy with that kind of a weight loss. And I remember going upstairs to my room, and there was a full-length mirror in my room at the health farm. And I stripped off to my bra and knickers. And I remember looking at my body and just having a look at me. The me that I now was. And what was really, really weird? Because that should have been the day that, I had hit my target, I'd achieved my goal, I was there, I'd done it. There should have been a choir of angels around my head sort of singing, hallelujah, hallelujah, you've done it, amazing. And there wasn't. And I remember looking in the mirror at that point. And this is what started to turn my own life around, my own journey with myself and my size and my weight. Because my mind said, as I looked at my hips, which were as thin as I'd actually ever saw them, looking back now, but my mind said, you could do with a little bit more off your hips. And something in me just went, I can't lose any more weight off my hips. I can't do it. I know I can't do it. I can't lose. I don't want to lose any more weight. I can't do this. How much more weight do I have to lose before I'm happy with myself? That was a turning point. Really big turning point. Because I realised I'd lost all of that weight. And yet the one thing that I hadn't changed with me was my relationship with my body. That I hadn't done anything to change. That was still as negative and as judgmental and as hard and as critical as ever. And that was a turning point. One of many. But I remember leaving the health farm the next day, and I remember sitting on the train going home. And for the first time, I said to myself, I was hungry, and for the first time, I said to myself, let's go and see what they've got. Let's go and see if I can get a sandwich. I went up to the buffet car, the bit in the train. And I got myself a cheese sandwich. And it was the most beautiful thing I've ever tasted in my life. And I sat there on the train looking at the scenery as it was going past. And for the first time, I allowed myself to really taste that cheese sandwich and be okay. And be okay. And that was massive. That was massive for me. But it started a journey back to treating me with kindness, eating my food without totting up the calories in my head, allowing myself to have what I wanted. So Sally, I hope this does help. The other thing that I wanted to just say to you was, you know the people that you love, all your friends and family. And the question here really is, do you not love them because of maybe they're bigger, or maybe they're a different shape, or do you look at their thighs and say, well, I won't love you because your thighs are too big? Do you look at their stomachs and say, well, I won't love you because your stomach's too big? I bet you don't. I bet you look at the people that you love in your life and you love them. Why? Because they are who they are. That's what loving your body and yourself is. It's looking with a new way. So often when we are looking at ourselves in the mirror, we don't look with the same eyes as that we look at other people. So from a coaching point of view, and I don't know how this will be for you, but I would love you to just start to look in the mirror and say this. Not that you have to love your body, not that you have to like it, but just start this conversation with your body. I'd love you to look in the mirror and say, I am willing to learn to love my body. I am willing to learn to love my body. Say it with me now, if you can, even if it feels ridiculous. And anybody else watching this, please say this out loud. Because, something happens when we start to say things out loud. I am willing to learn to love my body. Please say it. When we make these changes, as I've learned, it happens by taking this kind of action. Don't keep it in anymore. Don't silence your voice. There's great power in our words. I am willing to love my body. One more time, just say it with me. I am willing to learn to love my body. And then as you look at the people in your life that you love, and you know how to love them, loving them isn't hard. You're already good at that, I imagine. So all you have to do is to turn it back to yourself. All the things that you love about the people who are in your life. Start looking at yourself with real eyes. Not eyes from the past, not eyes from a magazine, not eyes from judgment, not eyes from a relationship that was not great, not eyes from criticism or judgment, not eyes that tell you you should, but kind, compassionate, willing eyes to love your body. Because this is where you live, Sally. This is your home. And when we don't love our bodies, it's as if we are essentially homeless. And I spent far too many years in my life being homeless, away from me. I never wanted to inhabit the body I had. And it's powerful when you do. And nobody can ever take that from you. And there's a confidence that just shines through. And it's real and it's authentic and it's powerful. So Sally, thank you. What a great, great letter, great email that you sent. I hope this really helps. I hope this helps, Sally. I would love to hear from you. And anybody else watching, I hope this really helps. It's too important, really. It's too important. So please, everybody, you know, as I said, it doesn't happen overnight. It can do. But like anything, it takes practice. You know, any new skill, anything that we're not used to, takes practice. And repetition is the key. And even if you don't believe it at first, I'm willing to learn to love my body. That's a powerful, powerful phrase. I'm willing. Thanks, Sally. Really loved your message. And yes, anybody else with any emails, any messages that you want me to, or any queries, anything that I can help you with, please just write to me, get in touch, and I will be answering them, as many as I can, on Body Confidence TV. So until the next time, wishing you lots and lots of love, and please romance your body. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.